Well, hello, hello, my little demons out there of the world. Uh, I know it's been about a month since I've been on here, so I thought I'd come on, shoot the jibber jabber with you, whatever else. I'm just looking to see that. Oh, yeah, I am live. Good. I'm going to fix a couple things. I'm not going to send this out so whoever shows up shows up. Plain and simple. I don't care. Um, so many different things have crossed my mind I could talk about. Who knows? Hey, John. How's it going? It's a Sunday. Um, Actually, I've had a 3 day weekend because I was off Friday because we've been so super slow at work. We were asked if either we wanted to go home early or take a day off. So instead of taking two quick little short days and leaving early, I decided to take Friday off. Hey, Terry. So I came on here, shoot the junk, toss my gibber across your canter, and see what all is up. And who knows, we may talk about a little bit of everything and some things that I don't like to talk about, but we will talk about a little bit just because of the way things are being done that don't make any sense um, and how people are supporting it based on the wrong information. So, one of them, which we'll talk about quick, I don't want to linger on it too long, but I will say what I know. You guys can say what you want to who are in chat, or those who want to in comments, that's fine. Just no attacking anybody, okay? This is just viewpoints and we're just talking. And everybody has their viewpoint, what they. What? You need to be slimmed sometimes. Oh, you mean slams, slam bam, and roll you around and toss you against the fence and whatever. Is that what you're talking about, Terry? Oh, wait, no, that's a different story for another time. Um, But the biggest one, and I mean, I don't know the full story because I've only seen tidbits on my news, what I've seen on social media, and what news segments I've seen online on the internet that pop up from time to time based on things slimmed, slim slimed. Well, that still depends whether you want to go Ghostbusters or not. Um, but this ice situation, okay, and the lady that they killed. They basically said that she armed her vehicle to hurt somebody, to cause damage and everything. She didn't arm her vehicle for anything. All the video footage that I've seen, and I'm waiting for the one from the front view because I've seen the sides, I've seen the back, I've seen the standard view of the ICE members trying to detain her. Now, I haven't seen the story that led up to them wanting to detain her yet. So if you guys that are in chat, you know it, that are here live with me, you can spew it out there in chat and I'll read it out. But they were trying to detain her. She's told them that they don't scare her. She got into her vehicle, I assume, with her child, teenager, young 20-year-old child. They got in the vehicle. They wanted to leave, but the two ISIS members went on either side of her vehicle, grabbed the doorknobs, trying to get in to open it up to pull them out. When she decided to start moving the vehicle forward, that's when the one jumped in front of the vehicle, which is wrong because no police officer or law enforcement will ever do that. To jump right in front of a vehicle. They would jump out of the way so they are not harmed. That's what they're supposed to do. And I don't care where you are in the world. That's the legitimate of what they're supposed to do. So that picture, I'm making myself tongue-tied right now. That particular ICE officer was in the wrong. I don't know why she was there in the first place, Terry. So, that part of the story leading up just before she was in the car and then got out of the car telling them that they were not afraid of the ICE officers, whatever, that they were kind of a joke in a way, which they are. Because what does she have to do with ICE officers, considering they're only supposed to be dealing with immigration? Oh, I know it is, Terry. If they're not found guilty of what they've done, there's going to be a huge uproar. Because the officer who basically jumped in front and then kind of came to the side of the driver's front fender, he shot 3 times directly straight at her. Not once, but 3 times. Now, there was no reason for him to do that because that's excessive extreme force. And the only time that an officer is to do that into a vehicle or to the suspect, let's say, that's driving the vehicle, is if their life is in jeopardy. His life was not in jeopardy. It wasn't like she was taking that vehicle, trying to run them down on purpose or kill them to end his life. She was just trying to leave. So that whole aspect and the way it's being blown up and people are saying, oh no, the ICE members did the right thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't know, because why was she there? What type of immigration issues was there going on that the ICE member officers were there? Now, I know there's over 5,000 of them worldwide with headquarters all over the place. I would hate to see them here because I know there would be a huge uproar here with them. But you look at that and it makes you wonder. It's like, okay, the government made this agency to take care of immigration issues, right? Whether they're legal or illegal. But what did she have to do with it? She wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, but why did she come there? What was going on before this? Like, that's the part of the story I haven't heard about. It's not talked about in it. They're just talking about the actions of the ICE officer and the lady driving the car. That's all everybody talks about when I see anything on the news. And the last few articles that I read, I don't know who posted it. It was when it came out of my Hotmail account. So maybe it was MSN or maybe it was the other news reporting company that they use. I forget what it's called. Metro, I think it is. Could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. So, I just, that first, I really don't get that. But that is what it is. And it's going to get ugly. Who used to say that? We the people. We the people know. Who used to say that? I'm trying to remember if it was a talk show host or if it was somebody else from a news anchoring position or something. The other one, me looking at it from where I am in the part of the world, seeing what's going on, and I'm going to say I thought I was going to go in Facebook jail for posting it, but Trump is being a dictator and bully to not only the United States but the world. Well, which Americans? Because I'm American, but I don't live in USA. It might have been a news agency that might have said it because they used to say it a lot, like it was like their slogan or whatever, right? And I just can't remember from where because I saw it on TV. So, sorry, I had to take a little bit of a drink there. I'm on this weird drink fix right now. I shouldn't, probably really shouldn't be drinking these, but I do. So, what am I drinking? I'm drinking those energy drinks that are called Body Armor. This one is light, so it has less sugar in it, but even though, no, it doesn't have a cautionary of sugar, it just says supplements on it. This one is peach mango flavored. It's not bad. I drink them. I started doing them a lot. Well, yes, it's part in there too, Terry. But I know that there was somebody outside, it was either news or one of those talk show hosts that used to always say that a lot. We the people versus whoever it was that they were arguing with or interviewing. They always said that. But we the people, no, and then they would go off on their tangent. Um, just old memories. That's all I know. I don't have it all. But this body armor, there's a bunch of different flavors, but there's some flavors that aren't easily found. Like this one, peach mango, you can find. You can find the banana strawberry and what is it? Is it blueberry dragon fruit or is it just dragon fruit berry? It says. Can't remember. I don't have one in front of me to tell you. Um, they're the most common ones. But the other two, um, the orange mango, which is one I like, is hard to find for some reason. And the other one, what is it? Blueberry something, um, which is really good. I like it too. They're hard to find. Even Walmart doesn't carry all the flavors anymore. They used to the beginning when they very first came out. These drinks were 99 cents Canadian. That was less than 2 years ago. No, well, I don't really notice anything like that, Terry. Like, do they act like a typical energy drink to me? Like, no. And I've had a couple like Monster and the other ones. I just never liked them because of the max amount of caffeine that was in them and whatever the other ingredient was. I just didn't like it. Like, I've tried Mass, the one from Messy. I think I've tried only one flavor of Prime from Stupid Logan. Um, but I'm not that big in it. Like, I mean, they support NHL and I forget who else, Body Armor. So I know that they're reasonably okay. They are, yeah, high in sugar too. Most energy drinks are, and a lot of them are high in caffeine, which isn't so good. But this, I don't notice anything. It does have an unusual aftertaste or side taste as you drink it, which I guess could be all the extra vitamins in this. And hang on here, just gonna put on a little extra light so I can see. Um, so on this one in particular, you get your electrolytes, you get your natural flavors, no colors from artificial sources. There's vitamins, 4 different vitamin B's in it. There's vitamin C and E in it. There's also coconut water from concentrate. So that's also part of why I like this. Well, I thought if it gave me wings, I could fly over an active volcano and look right down the middle. That's what I thought, John. No, I took a sip of Red Bull once and I did not like the taste of it. I did not like the taste of it. I don't seem to have any form of an energy crash when it does wear off. I don't know how much of an energy boost it gives to me, but it does make me feel like I'm not tired when I drink these. So, but I don't drink a lot. I try to stick to one, maybe two at most in a day. Um, most of them I've been kind of like taking so I drink them at lunchtime at work, so that way I have that energy boost for the rest of the afternoon that I work. Because usually it's 3.5 hours after lunch I still have left of the day before I leave home from work. But that's that. And what I was going to say about Trump in the USA is that there's a lot of intel coming around stating that by the end of this year, we may be in World War III, or Trump will be captured by some foreign country. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get into big details about it because it's all political and that's all personal, one-sided issues, what people think on what he's doing, considering what he did to Venezuela and what he's going to do to 4 other countries in the similar fashion. And one of the countries that he's going to do it to, um, they're in a big alliance with a lot of other countries that he wants to do this to, and that's going to look really bad on the USA. So we'll leave that there with that segment. I'm going to jump to talk about a bit about the way the weather's been lately. We've had extreme colds here in this part of Canada where I am. I know other parts have had it even more extreme. And then all of a sudden, we jump to warmth. It is, I don't know today. Today is, let's see, I'm just going to go over to it and see what the current temperature is right now. Oh, okay, it's in the negative, so it's minus 4 degrees Celsius. I don't have my button to oh, yes, I do. So I'm going to let you guys know who follow in Fahrenheit. Right now it's 25 Fahrenheit, and that feels like 9. Okay. Those of us who stay in Celsius, which is most of the world, minus 4, but feels like minus 13. Okay. So it is chilly. Yesterday, I know Friday we hit up positive in Celsius, plus 12, close to 14 in some areas. So it's quite warm, so a lot of the snow melted. But we've been noticing that the weekends come, either the Friday and Saturday it's warm, Sunday it drops, and then we get, like now they're supposed to be saying light snow flurries out there. And maybe, will it be heavier later on, overnight? Let me just check here. Because I know they said there was supposed to be big flurries coming. Nothing overnight, but come around in between 6 and 7 a.m. we're supposed to start getting snow again until lunchtime. And then off and on for the rest of the day. Our temperatures are supposed to be for the week staying in around minus 4 to 0 degrees freezing point. But it's jumping around. We're in January. I expect that. It's February. How is it going to be? February has always been the killer month for us, for the province of Ontario in Canada, especially from north of the Great Lakes coming south down to Windsor, Detroit, down to Niagara Falls area, and everything in that southern part up to the central where I am, that we get a lot of snow. We're going to get storms. Some icy rain to come as well, freezing rain. How bad we'll get the freezing rain, I don't know. But I know that the province of Quebec in Canada, and by Montreal, which is in province of Ontario, the capital. Well, actually, it's not the capital. Ottawa is the capital of the country. That between there, they get heavy ice storms, really bad. Down trees, hydro lines broken, all because of the ice storm. We get a bit, but more north of us. So you're looking, if you look on a map and you find where the city of Toronto is, and you go north and you find the lake known as Simcoe, where the city known as Barrie is, everything from there north will get hit all by those storms no matter what. Hey, Blade Church. So it's just been crazy. I don't know what you guys have been getting fluctuations off and on, and they're saying that El Nino was coming in for the summer. So that means we're supposed to have a hotter summer than normal. I thought last summer was hotter than normal. So what the hell does that mean that this is going to be? Even hotter still? Like, I don't get it. But we definitely can say that there's an issue with climate control. Whether if it's really fully done by us or not, but with everything else that's going on in the world, everybody who's wanting to ramp up nuclear energies and a few other energies that maybe they shouldn't, Maybe that has an effect because all the waste and everything. Now, I'm going to jump off on another tangent. I've seen many different trailer previews. Now, some of these are AI generated, so I don't know how true all of them are. What was the latest one I just saw? Which I think would be very, very interesting. It's going to have, Medusa. They're saying that, what's her name? She used to be married to Tom Cruise. That she's going to play Medusa. That I think his name should be probably the biggest one that's going to be on there. Because I saw it and I didn't fully read it, I just saw the images earlier today. Keanu Reeves is going to be playing the male main character who ends up killing Medusa. That would be interesting. There's another one saying they were making a new updated version to it because it was so old. It's a big popular movie too, or I forget. I should wrote all these things down. But then again, I wasn't sure I was actually going to do this today. I just happened to be a bit bored, so I came on. I was probably going to wait longer. So I'm not 100% sure. Maybe this is what I'll do with this channel for now for a while. Whoever else shows up, shows up. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. I don't care. I know by the number of views later how many people have actually watched. I'm not concerned about that, how still a lot of people are today on YouTube. So who cares? Who really cares? Numbers is just political, in my opinion. Either people come and watch you or they don't. Either they like you or they don't. And if they don't, but they hang around and say whatever, blah, 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 they're just causing problems. And most of the time it's because they're looking for attention. So that's all that is. I pop around here or there for a few minutes. Sometimes I just, either I make a quick comment or I'll put those big eyes up saying, hey, come to watch, and I gave you a thumbs up. Occasionally I forget not to do the thumbs up. I don't know. I'm just not into wanting to do things on social media much. Yeah, for those of you who have me on Facebook, you have me. I only post or repost certain things. If it's food recipes because I like that recipe and I want to be able to find it again. Excuse me there. Most of the time it's not that I want that particular recipe. I want the name of the recipe. So if it's called cowboy butter, I want to know about cowboy butter because I'm going to look it up online and find all the different versions on how to make cowboy butter, and then use maybe the base idea of it and then add my own ingredients to make it something different. That's usually what a lot of the recipes are, or it's like, oh, I like the idea, but I don't like the way they're doing it, so maybe I can do it differently. Now, some recipes I can't do because I don't have the means to do it in an oven, so I have to do it other ways. Because I'm mostly right now, if it's not cooking it in a pot, I'm using my air fryer. And occasionally my toaster oven. Not that it's that big, but whatever can fit in it. That's it. So I kind of have myself limited to what I eat, what I can't eat. And I got to stop this habit. It's probably a hard one to break, and I'm sure other people throughout that listen to this or elsewhere, or other people, take out, order in. I do that a lot. It's more order in than it is takeout. So you've heard me vent on Uber Eats because of their nonsense, and it doesn't seem to change. But then it's the people that they're using as Uber drivers is also the reason why I'm venting so much, because they don't. I'm going to say they don't want to, but it's also maybe they don't know how to read the delivery instructions. I tell them to leave it in a particular spot because there's two doors to the building where I live. They will put it at the main door instead of at the door that I tell them to. But you can see the other door if you come down the driveway. If you walk up along the grass, no, you don't notice it right away. And I have one driver tell me, "Oh, there's no instructions." I go, "Hello, yes there is. I put them in there. You can't tell me that's not." And I said to him, I said, if I go into the app right now and I go in and look up my address and in delivery instructions to edit them, I bet you it says exactly where it's supposed to be. So don't tell me it doesn't say that. I just know that they don't look to read that part, which is stupid. Ooh, wow. The number of watching now just did a weird thing. It said it was on one, then all of a sudden jumped up to 25, then all of a sudden scrolled back down to two. You tell me what the hell's going on there. I don't know. What else is there? I still haven't. I just haven't gotten into playing any games on my PlayStation 5 and my PS5. I don't know what it is. I just don't have the interest at the moment. I still play on my laptop the one game, Raid Shadow Legends. And then I play a couple of games on my two iPads, and then I do stupid AI chat with the iPads with a fake character, and I go through it, take a scenario, whatever it is, and then I have one thought brain mind of how I want to move forward using my character and seeing what the character that I'm talking to or characters what they do based on what I say, what I type in. Then once I get to a certain point, if it's kind of like, okay, well, that's it, there's not really much more to say, I'll restart it, clear everything out, restart it, and take it a different way and see what happens. I've been doing that a lot lately. Not that I want to say I rely on AI, use it. It is interesting, but at the same time, it still also scares me because it will replace certain types of jobs. Because they look at, well, the convention, what was it? Is it in Japan? Somewhere over there, anyways. It might not have been in Japan directly, but there was Japanese producers over there. They have an AI robot that moves just like a human. Doesn't look like a human, but it moves like one. And they say that they will put these in certain positions of certain factory work where they don't have to worry about humans doing the repetitive task and getting injured, whereas they will be able to do it, and because they're able to lift more and work longer, that's the jobs that they're going to replace first. So assembly lines, automotive, of course, will get hit first with these AI robots if that's the way to go. And if they haven't by this time now, because this stuff has been worked on decades upon decades ago, and then just brought out now for the public to see, doesn't mean that they haven't perfected it long ago and they put it in certain places that we don't know about yet. Now, if it gets turned to the government and the military aspects for any country, that they will use this to make a super soldier. So, in my mind, a lot of people throughout the world are already upset and uproaring about it because they're afraid of that aspect. Whereas, of course, the general public, most of them are afraid that AI is going to take over their jobs and they won't have a job anymore. And very well could be true. And again, depending on the type of job, it might not be, because There's certain jobs that an AI cannot do the same as a human. There's certain interactions, certain things that they won't be able to do, and in order to do that, that means that there's going to be somebody who's going to be connected directly to the AI from their brain. And as they do their tasks through the day, the AI is going to pick up and learn everything that the person is doing. When it gets to that point and they actually do that, that's when you need to fear. Because that then will be at a point where the AI program is going to be able to educate itself and make its own choices as to what to do instead of a set of preset programs that it has to follow. So that protocol that we all see in the movies, I don't think that's even there, is to not harm a human. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think the AI knows that. Now I could be wrong in it, and maybe there is, but then who's actually going to come out and tell you the truth? There's a lot of things that we're told about that don't exist, or that the military and the government have. They're not going to tell us. For instance, did you know COVID ever existed in the first place? You didn't until it was exposed to the public in the way it was. And why was it exposed? We're never going to get those true answers. We only can speculate based on certain information we're given, and other things have been hidden. Um, just like they got aircraft out there in the world that can literally go so fast in any direction at any point in time and reverse direction into any direction they want at any point in time that we've never seen yet, it with our own eyes in daylight. That we actually physically and say, oh, this aircraft, it can go any direction and switch to any direction at any point in time and can go faster than anything we already know and can become so invisible that radar of any type that we use cannot detect it. It could be out there already. We don't know. Conspiracy theorists are already saying that that's all true. That it's just a matter of time before, we find out and the world crumbles to the non-existence of Isaac Asimov and his scientific sci-fi novels. Um, I know I've read several of them, and he's gone into the future, telling us what the future would be like. So it gives you possibilities. I don't know if you guys are hearing very faintly in the background. Yeah, I got my radio on, so it's playing. I still haven't done a video up for my Pringles hot ones that I bought. I've been eating them. I only eat like 3 or 4 at a time right now. I can't get past that for some reason. I think my spice level has gone really, really down right now. And I got a box on the wall here that I've hung up like a decoration. It's got 6 or 8 different bottles of hot sauce in it. I got this other bottle of hot sauce that maybe 3/4 of it. I haven't really touched this stuff. I just don't know whether it's just I'm not interested. I've turned away from it. I don't know. But sour stuff like dill pickles and all this, that's nothing. I deal with that all the time. I've put a lot of things on the back burner for a while. They've been sitting there, and think, oh, maybe I should start doing this. Maybe I should start doing that. And I just don't have the motivation right now. I don't know what it is. Is it because what I personally have gone through the last year to 2 years, or what happened to me last February and March of last year really affected me that much that my mindset and wanting to do certain things has changed. And I'm not sure. all those events, everything into one to another, leading from one to the next to the next to the next, coming out of it and being out of it for the length of time that I have been to where I am now, I guess I have a different perspective on life, but I still have my old core values there, and I've kind of been more upfront, raw, truthful with things, and not push it aside all the time. Sometimes I confront things dead on, head on, whether people like it or not, and I'm raw. And I get angry and pissed off at certain things, and then at other times I ignore it, but it's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck type attitude. I don't give a shit today. Um, I say that every time when I walk in on work. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit today. But then again, that's the way the environment, the charm, the aura that's there. That's how it is. I'm doing that slowly every day, anyways, Terry. I've come out of my funk, if you will. We'll say it as that for now. Um, Maybe I'm looking for certain things in my life that I want that's not happening currently, and I gotta put my foot out or stick my tongue out or whatever to go in that direction and do it. Um, kind of motivate, kick my own self in the butt to do it. In a way, maybe I'm waiting for somebody else to do that to me to get me going. I don't know, because I know when I was younger, it used to be always my mom's two brothers, my two uncles. Um, they would always say certain things, and it was kind of like it always agitated me in a way to kind of kick my ass, get me going, moving. And I always say, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Watch, I'm going to prove you wrong. And I would do whatever to prove them wrong, but I wasn't going to be that way. Whatever. The biggest one was, oh, you're going to be just like your dad, and you're going to be doing the same job as him. No, not like him. I don't act like him, and I most definitely don't have the same type of job like him. Have my jobs that I have close to what maybe, or sort of, but no. Um, I kind of want to say, yeah, I know. I see. The thing is, Terry, you can say all these things to me. I already know all that. It's something about myself that, because of the last 2 years of my experiences that I've gone through, has changed all that, and I don't know what's my blockage at the moment. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Maybe all of a sudden one day it's like, boom, I start doing everything. Who knows? Yeah, I know. I know. That's what I'm just moving on in my present. I'm not trying to worry too much about my future at the moment. Um, but then at the same time, I know that I have to think about my future for certain changes. So that way, I see those doors of opportunities and I take them. I mean, I used to do that all the time when I was younger. I used to take all those risks. I didn't care. I didn't give, as we say, two fucks to the wind, or two shits to the wind, however the saying goes. But I would just go do it. I took those risks. I was the devil dog darer. I did all these things. But I find now that somebody said, "Oh, I dare you do this." It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Is what I say to it. It's not like I'm saying it that, you know what, I can do that. You just don't tempt me. can agree and disagree with that, Terry, but I guess that's because where my mindset is currently. Yeah, yeah, I know. I feel it. I see it. It's just, I don't know. And right now, sometimes I feel like I've gone back to in between the years of 1998 and 2003, where I had to put on a fake front to be a certain way so people don't bother me. So people don't know what's actually truly going on. And that's kind of where I feel like what I'm doing right now. It's been well over 3 or 4 years ago, Terry, that I had that type of actual, what you say, fun. And it's not because I don't want to. Part of it is because I can't. Um, Mostly because financially. Um, but then again, the people that I did that with is because they all live so far away that it's difficult to travel to them, even though once in a while they will travel to me. We kind of do certain things, but then it's like when it's time to go home and it stops, it's like the fun's gone. Fun ends. Now you're back to your reality again. See what I mean? Like it's not like I'm taking part of the fun, pulling it still with me, letting it drag through my mind, through my heart, through my body for longer. It's kind of like, well, as soon as I step in the door or of home, it's like that's it. It's done. It's gone. It's kind of like, you get up in the morning, you feel really good, you're happy and everything, and then finally you go into your job at work and you walk through that front door, and then it's like, bam, your energy and everything changes. It's like, why the fuck am I here? That's just it. Sometimes it's not even a false narrative in the mind. It's just dealing with what actual the reality is that you have to go through in the current moment. It has nothing to do with about what you're thinking about trying to do moving forward into the future, or what you've done in the past to change what your current situation is. It's just it's just in that moment of reality. That's where I'm kind of stuck at the moment. And I'm saying that because I can't really put the proper words in the right way of how it feels. Um, and I don't care when anybody says last year, 2025, in the beginning of the year, I suffered and I went through depression big time. I even was on medication for it. Was seeing a specialist for a while. And I kind of, as everything was going and I analyzed everything and doing everything that I did, I came out of it and say, no, no, this medication isn't doing the thing. It's making me feel a certain way that I don't want to feel like anymore. So I got out of that. Everything kind of turned down. I came out of it. I can look back at it and see what happened with more clarity now and say, yeah, okay, these 8 things are what caused it because of where I was at that point in time in life. Um, I've fully opened up to say everything about it because I kind of personally think it's really nobody else's business but mine. But at the same time, I also know that in a way, I kind of need to talk about it to put it out there to try to not have it just on my shoulders, to have it on other people's shoulders too. In a way, I know that doesn't sound right. Maybe I'm using the wrong words. I have a certain aura charm, Cherry, and I know that because I do certain things in certain ways, and I I always say it. I always gauge people by their body language and also the words they use, watch things, and I know how to engage to do certain things. But at certain other times when stupidity comes around, I drop all that and say, "What kind of idiot are you?" But you know what I mean. That's kind of the, I guess, the bubble I'm in right now. Do I want to burst it fully? I don't know. Am I scared to burst it? No, not really. Maybe there's other things of smaller bubbles that are here inside that I'm aware of, but I don't want to uh, bring them to the forefront or into reality of it. So, you know, that's where I think where it all is, what it is right now. So that's one thing, going on in my life. I don't know what else have I been doing. Been going back trying. Maybe it's past stuff, Terry. I don't really know at the moment because I'm not acknowledging those little smaller bubbles. The bigger bubble is just everything, but there's the smaller ones. But I'm just kind of saying, like, those different things. What was I going to go to? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, I've been going back to different. Well, depending on where you are in the world, where you want to say soda, where you want to say pop, soda pop, carbonated beverages, they're all the same thing. Just depends where you are. Everybody says it different, and that's fine. But going back to old ones like Seven Up, A&W root beer, C plus the orange. I've done a couple of the crushes. I did the orange, and I think I did the cream soda. Was it? And I didn't care for them anymore. I used to like them when I was a kid, but maybe that was because there was more sugar in them, and now they're using some other substitute to replace most of that sugar. Most of the time now it's aspartame, which is it's not it's actually not all that great for you, no matter what the medical doctors of the world say. Um, but they do know that over a certain amount of consumption is going to do adverse effects on you. What was the other one? I always went back to another old flavor. Remember, right now I got from Fanta the pineapple. I've been kind of no. See, for me that it wasn't, Terry. I was given orange crush. I was given grape, but the grape was either too fizzy or something, and it used to make um, my stomach a little upset, especially if we were traveling in a car, so I would throw it up. What? Fanta had an apple flavor? Is that what you're saying for Fanta? I'm looking to get back into some of the old high C's. Um, Not that I can find them all. I'm trying to find without having to order it over the internet and pay like $7 for just a small 350 milliliter gram of pop. Oh, I'm just saying you were. Fanta soda had an apple flavor. Is that what we were referring to? You can let me know. Um, yeah, because right now I got two different type of pineapple. I have a pineapple mango juice, and I have the Fanta pineapple, which I had. And I don't mind the flavors. Um, I find that if I take the Seven Up I load my glass full of, well, it's a plastic cup really. Um, Load it with ice, and then I pour the 7-Up into it. No, I've been drinking them. An apple soda while I was campaigning, it was the best. An apple soda. It could have been along the lines from Fanta, um, because I remember an apple one, and I can't remember where. Oh, okay. Trying to remember if there was another company, but then again, in the U.S., you have a few companies that make soda for you guys that we don't get here in Canada. So if we want it, it's like I have to go to a certain website and have it ordered for delivery off the internet. And usually when I do that, it's like the regular 350 milliliter can, your basic can of soda, is like $8. And then you got to pay taxes, and sometimes you have to pay another $15 shipping for it now. So $25 for a single can is not really worth it for me. We still have RC Cola up here. The one that we don't have up here, which is harder to find, is Tab. So I don't know who's making it still, but somebody is making Tab. But RC Cola, we have a place up here that actually makes it. There is a website. I forget what it. I don't know if I still have it listed in my bookmarks. I know I did on my old laptop, but I don't know if I have it on this laptop. Um, they do all sorts of soda. They do all sorts of weird candy flavors and spicy stuff. I forget what they were called. I think they're based in the U.S. too. Shasta? I don't know that name offhand. But as I said, we do have RC Cool up here. It's not everywhere anymore. It's not that big anymore. Same with the Tab. It's not as big. We had it. We used to buy it, and because it's wasn't the same as Coca Cola. My parents didn't buy RC Cola a lot. We bought a case of it one time, and my dad thought, "Oh yeah, okay, whatever." And he starts drinking, and he didn't like it, so we never bought it again. And I said to him, "So no, I like it." So the case was mine, basically. No, no, don't. Yeah, same. Not a brand that I'm familiar with, so I don't know if they ever really did come up here at all. And if they did back in the early '70s, I wouldn't know really to be offhand. But it's like I said, like we used to always drink Grape Crush in the early '70s to mid '70s, but then my mom switched it over to either the red cream soda or to orange for me, so that way it wasn't too over fizzy, wouldn't upset my stomach. As a kid, I guess something about it wasn't right, but I after I got older, I would drink it, but I just wasn't all that big of a fan of grape soda. Um, if you give me a grape Concord juice mixed with whatever, it's like, yeah, I'll drink it, even straight. I mean, where I work, like we deal with ocean spray, so we deal with all sorts of cranberry stuff, right? That's the biggest uh, company that we deal with as our contract for a lot of the products that we offload off trailers and reload for Costco, for Sobeys, for Metro, and a few other different big companies. Oh, really? Yeah, but are you like more the white cream soda or the red cream soda? Because they both have a slightly different, distinctive taste. Because I know that when it comes to freezies, slush slash popsicles, because we have the brand Mr. Freezy up here. I don't know what was the main brand for you guys. Maybe it was Lola or something else. I forget. But in the tubes, the plastic tubes, you buy them. Used to buy them at the corner store for 5 cents in the 70s, and for the large jumbo ones was like 25 cents. They had the white cream soda in those, and that's where the white cream soda I was nuts for. But when I actually had it as a soda in the can, I actually liked the red more than I did the white. Until we had, I tasted it from our local corner store known as Becker's, as the brand name, and they had their own, and they had a white cream soda. So I used to drink that. It was like, what, 25 cents for a can back then. And I can go back and laugh at this, and maybe you can too. Parents used to send us to the corner store and say, "Here you go. Here's your dollar allowance." And we used to go with the $1. Go in, you buy your can of soda pop, you buy like 2 chocolate bars, you buy a bag of chips, and you buy a few, whatever open box licorice or marshmallow treats that were on the counter, and you still have change left over from that $1 bill. Henry Weinhardt. I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell. But these are some of the things that, as a kid we used to be able to do. The way things are now, you go, where can you go? Typically, seriously, where you do not add tax, that you can buy something for under $1 and have change left over. What is there a single item that you can? Because right now, to be honest, there is none. Even though in our dollar stores, similar to Dollar Tree, you can buy a chocolate bar for under $1, but then taxes are added on, so it brings it over $1 now. Like seriously, where can you go? What can you buy that's under $1? Because even under $1, they don't have that. They have items that are for exactly $1, but there's taxes on them because they don't follow under certain groups. Vietnam? What do you mean Vietnam? What's that got to do with anything? What tangent are you running on there, Terry? But yeah, like, I'll tell you something, and I thoroughly disappointed. Wagon wheels. Do you remember those? I used to love them as a kid. The size of them, I think, was like 4 or 5 inches in diameter. I think that's what it was. Now they're about maybe 2.5, 3 inches in diameter. Oh, Vietnam. Why am I going to travel all the way to Vietnam to buy something under $1? Unless you're talking about a place that you guys have that's called Vietnam in the US. Or is that the actual item? Can we still hear? I know the 2 major lotteries that we have here, the minimum one is $2, the other one is $5. Is there still one that you can buy for $1? I think so. But it doesn't have a very big jackpot. Usually, if it's the one I'm thinking of, it only has a jackpot of maybe $100,000. Yeah, I know you guys finally are starting to eliminate the actual penny. We did that more than a decade ago. But when it's stupid right now. So basically, we eliminated the penny, the 1 cent coin. When it's if your total is I'll just use it as an example. Okay, if it's $10.54, you're supposed to round it down to $10.50. If it's $10.55 up to 59 cents, they're supposed to round it up to being $10.60. Okay, that's how it's supposed to go. Some stores, it doesn't do that. They just automatically round it up, even if it's 1 cent over. Super Lotto, is that the one that's only statewide, or is that one the second big one in your down there in the U.S. next to the Mega or Super Bowl? Because we have ours. Here's the Lotto Max is the big one, and then the 649, as we call it, which is the second one. 649 has been around longer, but yeah, but they typically is like, okay, if you bring in the change, some places they only take to a certain amount. But make sure you look at your pennies, because some of your pennies are true real copper, and if they are based on the certain years, they're worth more than a penny. And if you have any that have any misprints on them, they're also even worth more than just a penny. Some could be worth a few hundred or a few $1,000s. So be careful with those. That goes with pretty much any of your coins. If there's a misprint on it, they're worth more than what the face value is. It doesn't matter the material. Because here, I don't know about you guys, but here in Canada, we have copper theft. So basically, we have people that go around to new construction buildings, and they take the copper wiring out of the buildings and the copper pipes for the water mains, everything, strip it, and they go take it off and they melt it and sell it off to the copper place and get money for it, because it's considered as gold. I used to be that way with coins, but I ended up losing it all due to an ex-wife. Not that she sold them, I ended up having to spend them to pay bills and such. But that was many a moons ago. Yeah. I don't know. How long have I been on here for now? I don't even remember. Oh, just over an hour. Really? See, I get talking and I forget time. Okay, so you guys do have it happen too. Wow. Yep. I'm trying to figure out what was the worst thing that I saw about that. It was something that was outside in public and somebody took it. It's like, really? Really? Aluminum wiring isn't safer. It's more dangerous. But if you're talking about for recycling purposes, yeah, that's different. And I don't know how well aluminum would work for water pipes because it corrodes too easily. Do I have anything else? Not really offhand. Not that it's really there in the forefront on top of my mind. Yeah, it's getting close to that dinner time for me too. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to have for dinner. I was going to cook something, but then I've decided that I don't want to cook now. So that means I'm going to do delivery once again. damn it, falling into the habit. That must be the devil on the right side shoulder telling me, because he's not on the left anymore where he's supposed to be. And where the other guy is, well, I don't know. He's never been here for over 55 years, so I wouldn't know. Well, was nice talking to everybody. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the day, or whatever time period is for you. For me, it's like 4:22 p.m. in the afternoon, getting into the evening, getting close to dinner hour, which we say from 5 to 6 o'clock, basically, here, even though some people it's different. And I don't know, I guess I'll see you sometime later on down the road on the dark